Hi, everybody. It's your girl, Jennifer, from the podcast Unscripted 2.0. And today I'm thrilled to be sitting with someone who is not only a top tier football player on the field, but a close friend of our family. We watched him grind from the early days in Waldwick, New Jersey, to those legendary Friday nights at Don Bosco Prep in Ramsey, New Jersey. After a historic All American run at Monmouth, he's now taking his game to the biggest stage in college football. He's a relentless competitor and an even better person. Please welcome from the Colorado Buffaloes, Lamont Lester Jr.
Hey, how y'all doing?
So I'm so excited that you're here. I was telling my brother that you were coming on, and he said that this kid is not only a great kid, but he's got the best smile in the business. And he wanted me to make sure that I shared that with you because he said that he's been watching you evolve into a great player, but a great man since you were little. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah, that's what's up. I got love for Derek.
He's the best. So
Yeah.
I wonder if we can have a conversation a little bit about where you began and where you are now, because my podcast is about self-discovery, radical self-discovery. And I feel like you are in the prime of just discovering who you are, what you're made of, and how capable you are as an athlete and what you're showing the world. And I thought what better place to highlight that in the beginning stages is with us in this conversation so you could inspire someone.
All right.
Okay, so we're going to start with your foundation. I know that you started in Waldwick and you were there for 2 years, and then you made your way to Don Bosco Prep, where you played football for 2 years, and that's actually where I met you. But as far as the brotherhood, I want to ask a little bit about that. So you played alongside my nephew, and my son is also there in the trenches, just finishing up a season of basketball. When you reflect on those Friday nights and you reflect on being there and being a part of that system, what do you remember? Or what are some of the things that you think about?
I would say how tight knit our group was. We were tight with our team, and as one bold school, I feel like everybody came together, and that's what the experience was really about. It was a cool experience.
Would you say that you're bringing are you bringing all that into your next
Yeah.
stage of playing?
I'm bringing what I learned from Bosco up to the next level. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. So, we talk about you living in New Jersey, and you know that Jersey is a very tough state. And so when we talk about that, I mean, you've lived in the North, and speaking of the big North, you've lived in North Jersey. My question to you is, what did it feel like, or what was the experience like when you were playing at that high school level, playing schools like Bergen Catholic or St. Joe's or any of those schools that you had rivalries with? What made you feel like it prepared you for Division I football?
I feel like it prepared me well because most of the guys that I was playing on those Friday and Saturday nights, or Friday nights and Saturday mornings, I was playing on Saturday at Monmouth. Or so I feel like it prepared me enough for the next level.
So are you saying that there were guys that you were like, "Oh, I played you." So it was kinda like seeing some of those same athletes back on the field just in a different way, a little older, I suppose, and more wisdom and growth. Yeah, I love that. So tell me, if you were to give Ironman just a piece of advice, if you were to just say to them, this is what you need to do, or what are some of the things that you need to really understand from playing high school sports to college sports? What are some of the things that you have to recognize, or what would you have said to yourself?
Some I would say to my younger self and some I would say to my younger self and say to the youth now is to always follow your dreams. Like you'll never know where you end up if you just keep going. So at the end of the day, my message is to never give up on yourself.
I always say that it's like, don't dampen your dreams. So if you have a goal and you have that goal, you do everything in your power to believe in that goal. And I remember we were talking a little bit about how when you were in high school, you knew what you wanted to do. You always had the same intention and drive and plan, and you weren't deviating from it. And you're here now. So it seems like you did follow that advice when you were younger, and that's what worked.
Exactly.
So do you hear young athletes that are listening, or anybody that's listening? Keep that plan, and nothing means that you can't do it. So if you have that plan, follow it and don't deviate from it, because anything is possible. You just have to work hard and avoid distractions. Um, let's go into a little bit of your time at Monmouth. I mean, I consider that like the almost like in a sense like the proving ground. You were the Jerry Rice Award finalist at Monmouth, essentially a freshman All American. During that breakout session, did you ever feel like you were making a statement because you felt like you were overlooked during recruitment?
No, not really. I feel like I was really just running my own race. I kind of knew what I wanted to do, and I knew that if I just stuck to my plan and grinded day in and day out, that good things will come. So I wasn't really worried about it.
My understanding is that you went into the season, and how many games did you play essentially when you were at Monmouth?
12 or 13.
12 or 13. I mean, the amount of success that you had. Can you tell people a little bit about the success you had? I mean, it wouldn't do it justice if I said these are the things you did. I mean, really, what did you do to be able to just develop all of that hype and all of the accolades that you truly deserve? Share with my audience like what you did to get there.
I would say step number one, like everybody at the D1 level is talented or got some talent to them. I would say I was fortunate enough for a really good position coach to come into Monmouth and help the whole group excel as one. So I think that played a big part in my success here at Monmouth.
I love that. I love that. But to rack up those sacks at your rate, it takes more than athleticism, for sure. What are some of the steps besides the coaches, which I'm sure, as you talk about, were so amazing and were such mentors to guide you? But what else did it take to evolve your game?
I would say just to be in a film room day in and day out, study their plays, know what you're doing, and always just have some confidence to you, because confidence could take you a long way.
Yeah. And where do you think that confidence came from? Because you've always had that. You've always had that. Like since the moment we've known you, you've always been that kid that was full of confidence. Where do you think that that came from? How did you just maintain that level of confidence?
I feel like my confidence came from when I was younger. I grew up in Jersey City. There's a lot of guys playing football. I was fortunate enough to be one of the athletes that was good enough to make it to the next level. So I feel like the confidence just stuck with me since I was a kid.
I love that. So you hear confidence goes a long way. It's not just about skill, it's about how you feel about yourself. Um, Looking back at your time at Monmouth, like what is your most single favorite time or memory or game as a Hawk?
I would probably have to say when beat Rent Villanova at home in front of a packed out crowd. That was probably my best moment.
So what was it about that moment that like sticks with you?
It was just the fact that we felt like we had something to prove, and that day we felt like we proved it to a lot of people that we could be something special.
So I want to pull up that reel. So maybe we could highlight that because I think that, when you think about those things, it makes it feel like, oh my God, like we did our thing. It's kind of similar to like in high school, those big game nights on Fridays when we don't feel like we might win, or we're like, I wonder if we're gonna win, or at MetLife, those rivals that feel so good when we're winning. I want to talk about the transfer portal because I know that that's like a big hot topic for people and it's all over social media about what that process is and what it looks like. What was the process like for you? And what was it like being the most sought after defensive end?
The process was definitely stressful, but me and my team were confident enough and my ability on what I did the past season that we would be able to make it somewhere. Me and my team took a shot. Fortunately, it went well for us.
Yeah. So I feel like for you, like, when we talk about that, I think it's so important to talk about the fact that this is not really a typical process that you went through, because, it was a really quick turnaround for you, you know? But I also want to talk about the fact and highlight the fact that, when you decided to make that decision, you sat with your coaches. They sat with you. They wanted the best thing for you. And they were not just, school centered where they were thinking about themselves, but they were thinking about you as an athlete and your career and what was best for you. So I really want to give props to Monmouth because I think that if more coaches and more teams were like that and supporting the athlete, I think we would have so many more, more athletes that were out there doing different things and really just developing in different ways. So I really just want to give shout out to them because I think that that was just a really amazing thing that they do that sometimes we don't see. Yeah. Let's go to where you are today, Colorado. This is just, I mean, how do you feel about your commitment there? What do you feel and what's going on for you right now?
Honestly, I feel like I'm blessed. I was blessed with the opportunity to be here, so I feel like I'm gonna work my hardest. And honestly, I'm just trying to take it all in. A lot of kids don't get an opportunity like this, so I'm not trying. I'm trying to make the most of this. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I love that. And there were different programs that were really heavily interested in you, programs like Wisconsin, Rutgers, Wake Forest. What was it that convinced you to commit to Colorado? Like, what was it about Colorado that you were like, no, this is it for me?
Just what they were building over here and what we can be as a team.
Yeah.
We brought in a lot of guys from the transporters, so I thought we'd be special this year.
Okay. Um, so you made the jump from Waldwick, New Jersey to the Rocky Mountains. What has been the biggest culture shock for you or the biggest change?
I'll probably say all the mountains around here, like up in Jersey, we got some mountains, but like you would have to go to like Morris County for that. But like around here, Boulder, like it's a lot of mountains all around here. Like some mountains got snow, some mountains don't have snow. So I feel like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a difference. So let's talk about like the goal for 2026. I mean, Colorado has completely rebuilt their defensive end room this year. What is your personal goal for the season? And what should quarterbacks be looking out for when they see you?
Our personal goal for this year is just to really go out and dominate and be the best version of myself I can be on and off the field. Some I see quarterbacks have to worry about is just I'm a relentless person. I'm a relentless player. I feel like I won't stop until I won't stop until the play is over. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I really appreciate you just answering these questions. I know that you're very new into just your experience there. And just, I thought it was just really important for me to be able to get this time to speak to you from the beginning because so much is going to change for you. And we are looking so forward to it. But before we end, we are going to do 5 rapid fire questions that Lamont has no idea about. And he's just going to have to give me the answer when it comes straight to his head. So here we go. Are we ready? Okay. So we're the hardest hitter at Bosco. So who was the guy you hated seeing at practice?
I'll probably have to say that whole O line. That whole O line kind of gave me some trouble every day and made us better.
Okay. Number two, pregame playlist. So one artist you have to hear before a kickoff.
I'll probably have to say I got tuned into some little baby.
Okay. Very cool. All right. Number three. So a sack celebration. So do you have any celebration planned for the first sack at Folsom Field?
I've been thinking about that. I don't really have none planned right now, but I think it's something in the works. It's something definitely in the works.
So we're hoping that whatever you're doing, you share it with us on your social media so we could celebrate with you.
Tune in. Yeah, tune in. Yeah.
Okay, number 4, Boulder or Jersey? Who has the best pizza? And you better be careful. You're talking to a Jersey girl.
I would definitely have to say Jersey. I'm from Jersey. I haven't really eaten any pizza out here.
Yeah, and
Um,
no offense, Colorado, but there's no comparison to Jersey pizza. We love you, but there's no compare. That's one thing we can't compare. And then the last question, Coach Prime in one word. Give me the first word that comes to your mind when you think about Coach Prime.
I have to say he's a leader.
So, did you feel nervous about meeting him for the first time, or did you feel really comfortable in his leadership?
I feel like it was definitely a little nerve wracking. I'm in a new environment, something that I'm not really used to, but I feel like I adapted well, and I'm more comfortable now.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, if there's one coach that is coveted to work under, it is Coach Prime. I feel like we just cannot wait to see what you do with all of this experience and just this opportunity. So Lamont, we just wish you well from New Jersey. We are going to be watching as you continue to move through your career. And I just want you to promise me, and you're going to hear it here, guys, you will give me another interview when you are in a different playing field.
Don't worry about it. I got you.
All right, cool. All right. So listen, thank you guys. We are so excited to have you on. And until next time, this Instagram and also this podcast is about self-discovery. And we cannot wait for you guys to hear this. So thank you, Lamont, and have a great night.
Thank you for having me. You as well.